Wednesday night, live. TBS presents Clash 12 Full Brawl 90. U.S. heavyweight champ Lex Luger, the total package. Ric Flair, for years the consummate champion. Now he's the contender. Another page in a classic rivalry. Then, world champion Sting faces his greatest challenge, the diabolical Black Scorpion. 10 great matches in all. Clash 12 Full Brawl 90. Live at 8:05 Eastern on TBS. Wednesday night, live.
What is that? Sometimes hear music being funneled into the arena here, Jim. I don't know why. Our director knows nothing about it. He doesn't know where it's coming from either. Sting.
Yes, Jim. We are in the midst of the Black Scorpion era. And I don't know how you feel about it. I feel a little nauseous.
I love that Tony Schiavone doesn't understand he's using a voice changer.
Yeah.
He's got a demonic voice. Tony, that's not really his voice, buddy.
Tone bone. Chill, bud. It really is just an effect.
We got it's kind of very long, nothing happening phase. That's a bit like the movie Heaven's Gate, just very long and sprawling during here. And I kind of got to like the beginning of August and just said, I'm just going to the Clash and then I'll work my way backwards to see what the hell's actually important. And the answer is not much.
Not a lot.
But there is. Okay, so for this cycle, I think what the big stories are for us. Lex gets attacked early, which we can spend some time on that. They mention on the 7/14 Saturday night about the gauntlet. Wrestler goes against unknown opponents over 3 nights. There's money, they're splitting. They mention it on the 7/14 Saturday night. And as I'm going through, I'm like, oh, did I miss it? And then watching the Clash, they're talking about that coming up in the next couple weeks. So they mention it on 7/14 and then don't get to it for like 3 months.
Yes.
I was actually excited. I was actually kind of excited for that. I was like, it was a cool concept. And I'm like, did I miss it? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just WCWing.
The good news with that is it does end up being a thing, and it does actually end up being awesome. And I know that one of the big moments, and I don't know when it happens, I think it's around 91 when he was getting his big singles push, was Scott Steiner did it like twice in a row. And I apparently, I just remember I'm watching some show, it must have been a Clash from 91, and they're like freaking out. They're like, he's a 2-time gauntlet runner. And so that does end up being a thing, but the bad news is it's some of the worst wrestling we've ever seen. So that kind of sucks.
I mean, it's going to be the 3 roll-ups in a row or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So we get the Lex attack, the Black Scorpion arrives, the gauntlet that we're hyping up for about 3 months here. The Southern Tag titles.
Oh, this is
become a FTW type title. Apparently, I don't know. Do we ever see them?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if the Southern Tag titles were just the friends we made along the way, or what.
So here's what it is. It's literally just a fucking heat device for the Freebirds. So they explain it on commentary during one of the TVs. But to be fair, I started just kind of watching whatever because I was like, I got to find good here. So I'm watching a lot of Power Hours. I watched a couple worldwide. So it might have been on one of those maybe. They both are on commentary and they're just going off about it was a long, grueling tournament in Biloxi. And we won these. And by the way, these is one singular trophy. So the Southern Tag titles are just one trophy that they literally just stole from a bowling alley for sure. They played the bowling alley. I'm thinking in canon, right? I'm like, they're the biggest rock band in the world, which means they're the worst in reality. So they're playing these shitholes. They're playing, and this will pop you. I imagine they're playing a bowling alley that Chikara then would run in the future when they are around, right? And so they're in the middle of shitty Pennsylvania, right? And they're like,
Fuck
we
yeah,
got
they are.
stiffed on our money because, and they're looking around and, PS, of course, would be the one to just hawk this fucking trophy. And then it also would be PS on the way out, just coke brained out. Bro, we're the Southern Tag Champs. We already got it. It's right here. And so
hurry, throw some 12-pound balls while I make my getaway.
yeah. And so that is in essence what the Southern Tag titles are. So they at least attempted to make that mean something.
Yeah, that title scene was more exciting than the US or World Tag title scene.
It existed.
So yeah, those are kind of the biggest stories that I kind of found. We have like Mean Mark kind of in the last throes of his existence, I believe.
Definitely.
We get Paul Lee back in commentary, which I put down as a like for myself.
Yes.
And my only other real like was just Sid being a force of nature.
Yeah, he gets so over here. Also, with Paul Lee getting back on commentary, Danger Zone is back, but it is only a main event act. So, but there's a couple good ones already, and I sent you the Luger one, but that's later. That's later in the timeline.
My one WTF, and again I skipped a bit, so maybe he comes back. He wasn't that Clash. Was Trucker Norman?
Oh fuck me!
And I understand, right? His father was a truck driver, and now he's coming back. But this is just too quick of a jump for me from a lunatic to he goes from like wanting to eat children to a truck driver in like 6 months, and it's like it's a little too fast for me to move on that process.
I put it out in the universe the other day. I said, I have a new game only for today. When I hear Trucker Norman more than twice, I'm gonna fucking stop watching this shit. And it took about 5 seconds. It was fucking horrible.
Trucker Norman, and I messaged you. I'm one of those guys who gets annoyed easily, I guess. And the Tim Horner, he gets some time on the mic. I marked that like Tim Horner on the stick for some reason, and then they start referring to him as the Candy Man, and apparently he's giving candy to children at ringside, which is an immediate, at least a yellow flag for me. The other thing was like 2 seasons ago on Love Island UK, there was this guy named Sean, I think it was, and he was the Candy Man. And whenever he would flirt with a girl, he'd be like, "Oh, I think you're like a peppermint pineapple swirly." And he kept referring to himself as the Candy Man. The Candy Man, the Candy. And so whenever JR keeps fucking hammering home the Candy Man, like you were saying with Trucker Norman, it's like they say Candy Man. If this was like the movie world for Candyman, he would have killed these motherfuckers like 4 times.
Yeah.
During the course of a 5-minute match. It just every time they say it, like I just want to like stick my fingers in my ears. I start thinking of ways to abuse myself, and so I might be avoiding Tim Horner matches for the foreseeable future.
Well, this is the worst part. If you did that, you would misplace your anger, because here's the worst part. Tim Horner wasn't the Candyman. It was Brad Armstrong, his tag team
Jesus
partner.
Christ.
No, but here's the deal. That is how bad WCW was at explaining a fucking gimmick. Because you're right. Like, they kind of just lumped it to both of them. Somehow they're the Candy Men, maybe. I don't know. But the other thing about Tim Horner, you know who's... So Star Blazer had been around this time, jobbing to the Stars.
I saw him in the 7/16 episode, and I'm not sure if I saw him again, but again, I skipped a bit. So
that's because that is Tim Horner. So they just went ahead and went, fuck this stupid gimmick. You know what? I think the gimmick should have stayed. Fuck Tim Horner. He's an idiot. Also, and I had to write it down. What was it in 1990 in the summer that every single WCW jobber got, like, I guess, bussed together from Florida? Every time they introduce a jobber from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And it's always like, it's got to be a rib on people that work there, that live in these places, because it's never anywhere you would think. It's never just Miami. It's never just like, wherever. Literally in one episode I heard, Fort Lauderdale. I heard Fort Myers, which is too obscure for anyone to even know. And then the third one was like Naples. From Naples, Florida. And I was like, no, he isn't. And it was all guys where I was like, I know this motherfucker is not from there. The pastiest guy ever. It's like, you don't live in fucking Florida, dog. There's no way.
Do you use SPF 100? Just quick question. Because
walk around in a sheet. Now I have another question for you. You're going to be shocked. The highlight, at least on this early watch, I would say of July, was the fucking sick ass Buddy Landel Tommy Rich feud. This ruled, and here's why it ruled. Buddy Landel did the greatest heel shit. It's like 1901 heel move, but it works every time. I beat him in the middle of the ring last week. And JR goes, no, you got beat in the middle of the ring, buddy. Nah, I whooped him. I rolled him up. 1, 2, 3. I didn't even hold no tights. And he's like, no, you lost. Well, I'm just going to give him a rematch. Hell, I was just down there giving him a rematch. And then he loses the second one. And he's just like, I keep beating him. I don't know why he's mad at me. I guess I'll give him a third one. And then, you know, we all know what happened. But this is fucking great, man. This is how, if you're a heel and you're underneath, you can get mileage out of that. You don't have to just be fucking Tim Horner. You could have a career as a loser guy, too. So I love that.
I appreciated Buddy.
Amazing.
I'm trying to think of who else kind of in this this run we've been watching who he reminds me of, but he's just kind of that middle level shit heel. We're supposed to boo him. He knows what his job is to make us hate him.
I'll say this.
No,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I was going to change.
Just real quick, I'll tell you where he belongs and who he reminds me of. Fuck Freebirds. You imagine old Buddy Landel joining the fucking fold? That would have been amazing, actually.
That would be cool. He's that kind of shit heel. The other person you're talking about there, Tommy Rich, that goes back to our first big story here. And what happens is Lex and Sting and JYD, I believe, are being interviewed by JR.
I think so.
And they're being interviewed and talking. It's right after the Great American Bash, and you're talking, and Tommy Rich comes out, and it was to the point where I'm like, did Tommy Rich hurt him because he's such a bad actor? And he's like, guys, I just saw Lex got beat up. Where is he? I don't know. He's ran off. Why didn't you stop him? I tried. He pushed me. I ran off somewhere. And I'm like, so Tommy, you basically have no information. Lex is like, get your fucking hands off me, Tommy Rich, first of all. But it's just so weird. He comes out with no information about anything, to the point I'm like, oh, he Tanya Hardinged him or something, because it's just the weirdest thing. And then Lex is being all secretive about it. Lex, for 2 weeks or something, Lex is just being secretive about who beat his ass. And how many options did we really have? I mean, we didn't know the Black Scorpion was an option at this point, but how many options really do we have for people that are going to be jumping Lex Luger?
Yeah, that was very odd to me. I was like, what did Buddy Landel just whip his ass?
It's just, it's kind of comical. And you're just like, is this supposed to be a mystery? It is. It's like when you figure it out at the beginning of a movie, oh, this is the twist already. And the rest of the movie, you're like, no, guys, I got it already. The twist happened. I don't know what we're going for there.
It was really weird, man.
The Lex attack and that Southern tag title thing kind of take up the beginning of this cycle.
Yeah.
Not really much else for me to go on. Then the Black Scorpion arrives and takes over things. In the first half, I just find it weird because Ric Flair is very focused on Lex Luger.
Yeah, in the U.S. title.
And it's just this weird thing. You're like, wait. So you don't care about that title anymore. You want to get the U.S. title. And later the reasoning kind of comes out because it's the #1 contender.
Yeah.
And then he can get a shot at the world title. okay, which brings me to another complaint. They literally bring the rankings back. And I'll double check when we get to the event, but I think the title matches go to maybe one person who is a contender in a title. Like we're bringing the ranking, we're bringing the rankings back.
Yeah.
But the world title match will be against the Black Scorpion, who nobody knows.
It's just unreal, man. And it's like he never had a match. You know, like he literally never wrestled anybody. And he just got a fucking match for the world title.
And Barry Windham's sitting there going, oh, that's cool. And Sid seems a little upset about it. On one show, Sid does beat up, I believe, the Flying Z's and I don't remember who it was. It was the Flying Z's or somebody. And Sid just comes in the match, interferes. Oh, it's Midnights. It's the Midnights and the Flying Z's.
Yeah.
And Sid just interrupts the match and is like, I'm going to beat all four of your asses. Hey, Cornette, come on in. I can do 4.5. Come on. Yeah. Sid just this beast. But it's so weird because last cycle we were introduced to Vader, Bam Bam. I may have saw him once. I mean, he's not at the Clash, right? I mean, it's just all these people were like big talents, and we get to the Clash and they're nowhere to be found. It's just weird. Just bizarre what they're trying to do here.
It's really weird. Here is the first top 10 that they have released here. Number 10, our boy Buddy Landell. Number 9, our boy Tommy Wildfire Rich. Number 8, Junkyard Dog. Don't know how that is.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
7 is Flying Brian. And for storyline purposes, which we actually do get to later, Stan Hansen is 6. He gets all pissed off about that. 5 is Sid, which is so stupid. Barry's 4, so okay. 3 is Arn, and they make a point because he's television champ, which I don't hate that. You should be top 3, I feel like, if you're TV champ, especially back then before the title got bastardized. 2 is Flair. Fair to Flair. And number 1, of course, is Lex. And it's like, here's my thing, though. My only issue with the top 10 and why I think everyone has to remember why this shit goes away after a while. It's really difficult to parlay your storylines with like a shootish top 10 official ranking thing. Not that you can't, but clearly even Tony Khan, I mean, I can't think of any wrestling company that has ever like made that its identity. Everyone's trying
I think especially here though, where it's like 97% of matches are jobber matches.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sid, Stan, they're all undefeated because they haven't seen them lose to anybody. The tag title rankings were interesting to me because that's one where it's like you guys could have stopped at 5. I think El Gigante and JYD are 8 or 9.
They are 9.
I'm not sure how many tag matches they've had together in house shows at this point.
Oh God, I hope none for the best of, or the betterment of people that were in attendance.
I'm only guessing because he's ranked. Like, I think you have to wrestle him that to be ranked, right? Like, maybe they got one win over like Horner and Armstrong or something. I don't know. Speaking
of Horner, he's 10th in the tag rankings with Mike Rotunda. Have we ever seen those two tag ever? Number 8 is Flying Brian and Z-Man. Why? 7 is Samoan SWAT, which they just kind of came back into the fold as like a thing again, so that's fine. Number 6 is the Freebirds. That's ridiculous. 4 Southern Boys. They're new, I guess. 4 Midnights. Insane. And then I assume 3, they just say Horsemen, which Arn and Barry had been tagging, so I assume that's what it is. 2's Rock and Roll. And number 1 contenders, of course, the brand new U.S. Tag Champs, Steiners, and then the champions, of course, are Doom. So I don't hate it, but like we're saying, it's immediately doomed to fail because they're already fucking around with these silly Junkyard Dog, Tim Horner. Dude, relax, guys.
You're really stretching out. It's like, they say, famous people die in 3s. And it'll be like, it's Tom Hanks, Madonna. Oh, and the guy who Newman from Seinfeld. It's like, no, these people are not on the same scale. You're just pulling up. You're pulling everybody's a celebrity at that. Yeah. But yeah, the week to week here is pretty rough. Nasty Boys debut 8:31 Power Hour. That's cool. I think with them at least is they look different. because the Fantastics come back. They have a match against Doom. They get to go against the world champions, but they just showed back up. But like the Fantastics, the Southern Boys, give me your hungry white boy masses yearning to breathe free, and wear the Confederate flag. It's just like I said, those people are very indistinguishable to me, and this definitely is immediately an issue at Clash.
Yes,
because they kind of debuted 2 new tag teams, and like, what is the difference between these 2 tag teams, like gimmick wise? It's the same fucking thing.
Pretty much.
All right, let's get there, right? Rip the Band-Aid off, get to the Clash.
Yeah, because the only other note I have, and I hate that I have to write it because it's a thing that occurred, Ivan Koloff on your TV in 1990. It's real. It occurred. And it pissed me off, actually, because I was just like, I didn't know I had to deal with another old guy. Oh, and then also, this is important to mention. As I mentioned, I'm insane, so I can't just watch the TV. I have to read the newsletters of the time to really, just... I was a baby in 1990, so I'm trying to live in 1990 to the fullest, buddy.
It's helpful, though, because you're like, what the fuck decision making went into this thing?
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, cocaine.
Coke. Yeah, pretty much Coke. And it looked like just a lot of like uppers. Uppers seem to be a big thing because nobody's making any sense. So JR was interviewed by The Torch, like right around the time of this show. Well, no, it was right in the middle of the bash in this show. So during this watch, so shit is awful. And he's trying to be the company guy. And he says something really fucking interesting. He was like, guys, it's not Ole bringing all his old buddies in long term. They're just here for the short term and blah, 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 blah. And I'm reading this and I'm like, yeah, but JR, even the fucking short term is brutal. Sheik in 90. Ivan Koloff. Get the fuck out of here, man. But it's funny because even in that little kayfabe trying to be the company guy thing, he does kind of sneak in a lot of like, we got to be prepared for the youth movement in this company. And we got to like look ahead and be current. And I'm like, that to me is JR has screamed at Jim Herd. Like, this sucks. We got to do something. Or we're just going to do what Ole wants. You know what I mean? And it's like, God, dude, you put syrup on a turd, it's still a turd, folks. That's kind of
that 7/16 Saturday night had another Thunderbolt Patterson appearance,
God.
And I've seen him on my TV 3 or 4 times at this point, and 0 matches. It's just weird.
Yeah,
you just bring the guy and say, "Hey, I just want you to talk about how you dream about Ole Anderson."
Yeah, it's
for a minute. Because you want to disturb a 12-year-old Jim LaRose out there in the world. Come on. The card is just wild, man. Because it's so many people. Like Bill Irwin back again. Like, what are we?
Yeah.
Huh?
We just opened up the phone book, man. We just opened it up, and we're like, who can we get? Like, let's get serious about this.
Hey, can you make it to North Carolina? And 6 hours notice? Okay, great. I can get you in the show tonight.
Oh, Asheville. I know you don't know where that's at.
Not really. I just know I know some general North Carolina geography, but not that well.
It's where Clash of the Champions 12 Mountain Madness. Well, sorry, the full name. WCW Clash of the Champions 12 Fall Brawl 90. Mountain Madness. There we go.
Yeah. I was mad. How about you?
Dude, I fucking literally at one point look over at my wife and I was like, you know me. And she's like, what is it about this wrestling that you won't stop watching? What? And we're watching Dynamite too. I just want people to understand how truly fucking dumb I am about this shit. I have good wrestling from the modern day in front of me on a big screen. However, I have on my laptop directly in front of me, for no reason, WCW from August of 1990, early September. How stupid am I? So I look at her and I'm literally at 8:11, okay? And I'm like, I have 3 more fucking shows before the show. I looked at her. I said, I might tap out. And she went, really? And I was like, no, but I want to.
I'm so glad we can be open with each other about this, because it's just sometimes
we're in the shit. This is disgusting.
The 18th rematch in a row. I'm like,
that's not good stuff. Sorry, that's just not good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it happened. You know what I mean? It was at Asheville, North Carolina. So I create the canon in my head that Dax and Cash are there as little kids, right? And they're like, we're gonna watch some good ass tag NWA wrestling, and they watched this. And
Steiner. I remember hearing an interview with Dax, and he said, when I saw the Steiner brothers versus Maximum Overdrive at a Clash of Champions 12, Fall Brawl 90, Mountain Madness, that's when I knew I wanted to become a professional wrestler.
Well, and I mean, didn't we all? They did have
Maximum Overdrive, really. It motivated Stephen King to make a movie.
I mean, listen, Stryker from Maximum Overdrive, he had some really rugged good looks. Let's just be honest about it.
You definitely knew if a guy was good looking, because JR would not stop talking about how good looking they are.
Look at the size of him. And I'm like,
the ladies love this guy around, blah, blah, blah.
Are we still talking about his traps, or what are we talking about now?
This show, again, was a 4 rating out of 10.
Yeah.
For the cage match community.
It was a 4.03.
I'll go out on the table. It wasn't a 4 for me.
No, it was a big old ooh. I almost said a 1, but to be fair, there was a little more than a 1 here, but not much. I'd give it a solid 2.5. Honestly, I really would.
Oh, Jesus.
I really would. It was bad. Here's how bad it
was. Southern tag titles are kicking us off, I guess.
Yeah, Southern tag belts.
Here we still exist. Okay.
Very official of the Southern tag belts here. And what did I write about this?
Southern Tag Trophy.
Southern Tag Trophy. I didn't write shit about this. Oh, because I remembered it, I was like, I'm not even gonna have to write this down. Right away, the birds come out. Buddy Roberts is now here, which is crazy. The Buddy Roberts from the original Freebirds. I'm like, oh, you know what? We're getting a little fucking, at least we're getting Freebirds lore, like legitimacy, right? Here's the issue. They run out. And when I tell you, they are head to toe in Confederate flag print. I can't explain it further than, no. Imagine 3 guys went, our essence is the Confederate flag here. Painted faces, everything. And I get what they were doing, right? They're like, we're going to take the Southern boys' fucking shit and shove it in their face, right? Like, that's the angle of this. In practice, it just looked like they were happy and proud and out. And I'm not talking about they're gay. It was weird, dude.
It's the Confederate flag thing is just weird anyways, because you lost. It's the flag of a loser. So it's just such a strange thing to drape yourself into that. It's not. I don't know much. I said I kind of like the Freebirds music video.
Yeah,
I kind of like it. It looks fancy. I put down face paint because that's obviously what stands out to you. And there's a post-match beatdown where Bullet Bob comes out.
Yeah.
But I feel like we skipped weeks and saw this match like 7 times.
Yes, we saw this match so often, and that's the other problem.
So what do we do now? Nothing special. Nothing special about it. Nothing that made it feel like a blow off.
What about the next one, buddy? Captain Mike taking on our boy Buddy Landell. And let me tell you,
you were probably pretty sad, huh?
I was really sad, but also I've never had a longer feeling 5-minute 39-second match. This literally felt like it was 20 minutes. It was so fucking miserable that I fast forwarded through it. And I'm telling you the truth, it felt like I fast forwarded at least 10 minutes. Looking at the time right now on Cage Match, I cannot fucking believe it was only 5 minutes, 39. There's no way. I feel like I was in like a fourth dimension watching this fucking match.
I feel like Rotunda can have sex for 30 seconds, but it'll feel like a singer stings a tantric sex. Like he makes anything feel like 10 times as long.
It's like Interstellar. You know, he's on another planet. His planet, it's 5 years to your 5 minutes, 39 seconds.
Okay, Rotunda versus Landell. I put down Cindy Anderson won the poetry writing contest where you had to write poems. And apparently, I don't recall this being pimped on the air at all, but she sent in a poem, and so she won tickets to this event. And if anybody has a copy of Cindy Anderson's poem, please send it our way.
Listen, I'm running around parts where that might be possible. You know what I mean?
That's why I throw it out. That's why I throw it out to you. I'm like, you have these little nerd tunnels that you can go down that you might be able to get that kind of shit. They talk about we also don't know the they're talking about the Black Scorpion and how they don't know who it is. And I'm like, we don't know it either. Like, we get it, guys. Nobody knows who he is, but he can be your world champion by the end of the night. That's cool. Before the Rotunda match, there was the Steiners with Tony.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned they win the U.S. Tag Champ.
Same.
As of 8/24. I don't even think it's mentioned on the shows that I saw in between. Working my way backwards, I should have been able to hear about it. So the first time we get it, and then the Steiners are going against Maximum Overdrive, and they're like, we don't know them. Like, that's where the whole night just becomes, we don't know who the fuck. You guys are getting a U.S. tag title shot, but we don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, man. It wasn't great. And you know, I mean, we'll get to the big reveal here in a second, the next match, which is like...
Well, first we get Freebirds with Tony after the Rotunda Landell match.
That was great.
You know, respect. Their makeup stayed.
It did. The only one
I don't think they reapplied
was PS, and that's probably because he was carrying the whole fucking thing. So he was sweating his ass. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he had a different strain than everybody else. There we go.
I got you. Sometimes some substances make you sweat more.
Yeah, they do.
And maybe that's what PS was experiencing. So we get General Buddy Ely.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garvin starts talking, and this Jimmy, just stop it, dude. Just let Mike handle the mic work. I mean, you're also not handling the ring work either, so I'm not sure what we're getting out of this relationship. But yeah, it's just awkward when he talks. It's not like they're gargling. Buddy Roberts, I think it's Buddy Roberts' voice. He's talking about General Robert E. Lee, and he just sounds like he's gargling marbles or something. They call out Bullet Bob. Yeah, not much, but I was very impressed with the makeup still being around.
For sure. And by the way, what's Jimmy there doing? Simple. He's standing there as the fill-in because Terry Gordy got insanely over in Japan. Period. That kind of fucked it up. And P.S., rather than be the awesome U.S. champion that we loved a year ago, for whatever reason, wanted to give Jimmy a fucking, a run here. But whatever. Speaking of runs, the big run begins. The career of one Kevin Nash right here begins. The Master Blasters. He, I believe, is Steel.
Steel. Okay. He's Steel.
Master Blaster Iron and Master Blaster Steel. And ironically, they are billed from the Motor City, which is kind of funny because he really was, against... And I can't believe they had a name. The Lightning Express. Brad Armstrong, the Candyman, and Tim Horner, the Candy Robin? I don't know, but... The
Candyman's creepy assistant.
This is awful, okay? Like, Nash has never been wrong when he says, it's the shits. It's awful. At one point, he's so green. He throws, I think it's Tim Horner into the corner and just runs on him. It's not anything. He runs and runs into him. And he's very lucky that Horner like is a fucking old school fucking Southern wrestler because he just sells it. And then you can tell they're like talking because Nash is like, I'm lost. What do we do now? So it's terrible. And then the Master Blasters win with, again, literally, they both just ran into a guy.
Well, it was a double shoulder block, and it's kind of what Doom was using forever. So like, guys, can we get a different type of finisher for a tag team? Nash towers,
dude. He's huge.
Over everybody.
It makes
towers
sense.
Over them. Looks like you with your like 10-year-old nephew.
Yes. It's wild to think like they really WCW fumbled so much shit. You know, like he isn't good here by any means, but like you think about like he ends up riding around in the car with Rude, with Harley Race, like he's learning, he's getting better. Then he like pitches the Vinny Vegas thing, that kind of becomes a thing for a little bit. He ends up doing some stuff with, you know, Raven. Like dude's learning. They really could have invested in him is what I'm getting at. He could have been what he was in WWF there. And who knows what could have happened, right? But instead, we'd rather give JYD a run. We'd rather fucking, and then down the road, it's like, we'd rather give like fucking Blacktop Bully a push. It's just like, fuck, man. You had homegrown guys. Well, that was the other thing, too, that Nash has always talked about. He's like, dude, fuck them. Fuck WCW. I have no allegiance to them. They fucked up. And it's interesting. It's crazy, though. He's huge.
I think the best thing for us is the fact that it's Steel out there and not Kevin Nash. Because if it was Kevin Nash, we'd be getting sports facts dropped on our heads about his time playing college basketball. I literally wrote that down. I'm like, JR can't talk about sports. So he's kind of like, steel is a metal. I can't talk about sports, so I don't know what to do.
I bet this guy would be really good at the 40-yard dash. Everyone's like, okay.
Steel and iron. Pittsburgh has a team called the Steelers.
Yeah.
Does that work?
This guy be really good on the O-line.
It's funny to watch that because Kevin Nash is just twice as tall as everybody else in the match.
Yeah, including his partner.
Okay, Pillman's with Tony now.
Yes.
And they're also asking, who is the Black Scorpion? So is everybody backstage. So was Ole Anderson, apparently. And they mentioned the gauntlet again. That's where like, I didn't miss the gauntlet. It's coming up. Oh, okay. Like that was news to me that I didn't expect that the gauntlet had not debuted yet.
I wonder if Brian Pillman's ever going to win it. Ooh. That's another one. Like, fucking show your hand a little bit.
I'm cool. Give Brian something, man. Let this dude should be getting the time. Yeah. Missy brings up Ric Flair. She's all up his ass. Rick emphasizes U.S. champ's the number one contender. Lex taught him that basically, and so he's just turning it back around on Lex. And like, okay, cool. We've got a story reason for why his attention is elsewhere.
For sure. And there it is, buddy. Nasty Boys. First big match on a big show. And they're wrestling Jackie Fulton and the newly released Red Rooster, Terry Taylor. And this ruled. This is the Nasties right after a Japan tour. They've done AWA. I believe they were in Florida for a little bit. I'm not sure where else they have been, but they're a few years in their career, and man, we're about to get some magic at the next show because as a kid, and I don't know if it holds up, but we'll find out, that U.S. tag title match that they end up having with the Steiners at Halloween Havoc 90, fucking incredible. It's like sometimes entities in wrestling come together and you're like, this isn't going to work. And it's like the coolest shit you've ever fucking seen. Like, who would have thought the Nasty Boys and Steiners would just be a good match, really good match, like memorable, but it is. So this is like the first big thing. Get through it. Jackie Fulton's the shits. Terry Taylor, whatever. I like their fucking camaraderie immediately. Nasty Boys as a team, you know, there you can tell like, oh, this is worked out. This doesn't feel like the Master Blasters. You know what I mean? Like you see the hierarchy immediately with these new guys on this show, though. You're like, okay, the Nasties or something.
Steel and Iron feel like two roles you're casting for. The Nasty Boys feel like they're an already established tag team, and they're different. They stand out from all these other, you know, double white boy teams that all just kind of look the same. They got a look, they look kind of punky, grungy. They just rolled out of the dumpster. And so they really kind of, you know, push those things. So it makes it fun that it's with somebody different I can latch onto. The match ends with Brian Knobbs guy jumps off the top rope. I think it must be Fulton, jumps off the top rope, and he catches him in the air and power slams him. And I mean, it should have been a pin right there, basically. Then tags in and for a flying elbow. But that power slam was fucking impressive.
Yeah, they were great, man. They were like in their fucking, I wouldn't say their prime, but they're getting there for sure. And then of course the next big one, buddy. I don't know what the fucking talking segment was here. What was that? Was there like a Black Scorpion?
It was Sid with Tony.
Oh, yeah. This was great.
Basically, the gist was, I don't care about the Black Scorpion. And I've never felt so much like Sid in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So many of us at home were like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. So, yeah, that ruled. Sid is not done ruling in this show. Tommy Rich and Bill Irwin are done being entertaining because even old Tommy could make this great. Here's the notable part of this match, and I don't know if you caught it. I don't know if they announce it here, but I mean on WCW TV, I believe it was the first time they mentioned the beginning of Desert Storm. And they're talking about how, you know, you were thinking about the troops and this doesn't look good. And, you know, it's very interesting. Like I said, I mean, I was a baby here. I don't know any of this stuff. I heard this later, like, oh yeah, when you were little, it was like fucking crazy. And it's like, when I was listening, and this is what's really great about it, it's really funny how we're sort of going on the same path as this other podcast, because Between the Sheets has like a special side podcast called the Center Stage Chronicles. Guy named Chris Zellner does it with Rob Naylor, Charles from Wrestling Playlists. And it's cool because they're like you. They lived this. This was their favorite time in wrestling. And so they're talking about, and one of the guys is like, yeah, my brother was a Marine. He ends up going over there and it's scary. And we were freaking the fuck out. We had never known a war. And so they're getting into that, you know, they're like, no, you have to understand, like my dad wasn't even that old when Vietnam happened. So he didn't even, and it's interesting. And it feels so eerily similar to how my generation felt when 9/11 and the war against people that we don't like happened, is really how to put it. Because I didn't know war. And I'll be honest, when 9/11 happened, I know this is a very weird aside, I was scarily and disgustingly like excited, because in a way, if you think about it, Saving Private Ryan came out not long before that. That war was very like it was so far away from America, I think, that the mainstream almost glorified it. It was like, look at this glory and this great. So the initial thought, and you remember, people were like, let's fucking go get them, right? Because we're not thinking. We're so mad and we're so upset. So you hear very similar things to this, right? Not the fervor because we've been hit, but like JR's definitely trying to quell his fucking, you know, pre-MAGA-ish fucking, let's go America.
He's already trying to cast for like an Iraqi villain.
Yes.
Yeah, he's already trying to figure out like, who can I scapegoat next. Yeah, I think actually, yeah. So this means right here, with everything being put together, I'm going into 9th grade here.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can kind of figure that out. But yeah, I got nothing on this match, man.
That had to have felt like the fucking, you're like, oh my God, I'm in high school. It's supposed to be this great time in my life. The world's about to end, maybe. What the fuck is that? Or maybe you're just not even plugged in.
It was definitely weird, man, because it was a situation where I went to 5 different schools in 6 years, just because they kept closing schools down. So it was like my 1 year at Central High School. And so it's just very stuck in my memory because I remember what happened then because it's all just localized to that one school. But knowing, hey, in 3 years I'm 18 and who knows what the hell's going to happen. That's when, shit kind of gets scary.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, Tommy Rich won. That's what's important in the world at this time.
I mean, will we see Bill Irwin again? I don't know. Maybe goodbye, Bill. Maybe not. Maybe we'll see it 2 years from now. Who knows?
I believe he ends up going to the very illustrious Global Wrestling Federation.
The G-Dubs.
G-Dub, baby. And here we go. We got women's wrestling in 1990. Oh, wait, no. Before that, we have the coolest thing that happened on this show. What am I doing? Stan Hansen comes out pissed. I'm 6. What are you talking about, 6th? He's losing it, and Shivani Shoot is very upset. He's disgusting. Back to you. He's so mad. He's just spitting fucking tobacco. He's slinging that bull rope around like, oh my God. Stan Hansen is the fucking man. He's moving up my greatest all-time list, man. He's so great.
My only problem is Stan should also be pissed off that he's not getting a world title shot. He seems just really more pissed at Lex. But Lex is going against Ric Flair. Stan's going against Black Scorpion, who nobody fucking knows. So it's like, I think Stan should have been more upset with that feud. But yeah, I'm an upset Stan Hansen. I don't know. A happy Stan Hansen would scare the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah,
like Stan Hansen smiling because you're just like, oh, who just died?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what? Yeah, what just happened that made you smile, you evil bastard? Which you.
I really love this.
But
Go ahead.
Bambi and Bambi. I was gonna say Sexy Susan. Bambi versus Susan Sexton. So yeah, we've never seen either of these individuals before. They just throw it in front of us. Susan's the champion. Bambi doesn't have a last name.
This wasn't.
And it happened.
I have to admit, for a 4-minute match, not bad. So hey, proof again.
For the opportunities that women had back then, God. I mean, I would sit through that again before the Tommy Rich or Mike Rotunda match.
Easily. But yeah, back to the Stan Hansen thing. This is interesting to me because it almost is also a look into. This is kind of what it would look like if Bruiser had stuck around and ended up in WCW. I mean, would he not have a similar push, right? Like, he would be kind of a journeyman guy, but when he was in, he would be featured. He definitely would have done a suspension angle with Tommy Rich. Like, you know what I mean? It's just cool to think about. Do I think it would be as good? I don't know. I have to watch more Bruiser Brody to really judge him as a great wrestler. I've watched plenty of Stan, and Stan is the fucking man.
Gosh, I mean, they're like an equal level of chaos, but it's a different kind of chaos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so that's just kind of the weird thing where you're like, who would you rather hang out with? I don't know if I'd rather hang out with any of them. Both nights are going to end scary and somebody in a hospital, I think.
Yeah, it's not going to end good, and you're definitely going to lose something. And Zeman gets murdered here. I did love during the match, Luger just cuts in with Tony, and he's like, I don't even remember.
You skipped.
Oh shit.
I have Maximum Overdrive versus Steiners before this Stan versus Z-Man match. Am I wrong?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Maximum Overdrive versus the Steiners for the U.S. Championship.
You're right.
Maximum Overdrive, who are Hunter and Silencer.
Yep. Tim Hunt is
that
shocks you.
How are they that different than the Master Blasters? That's for anybody else to figure out. Maybe a month from now, maybe they will stand out in more way. But it just feels very I think they were hanging out with RoboCop for too long. And so they just wanted to make everything mechanical. And Hunter and Silencer and Maximum Overdrive kind of accomplished that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the first, hey guys, great job. First tag team match, you get to go against the U.S. tag title. Yeah. Nice job.
So I'm looking around for any, who are these guys? They're basically just, Stampede. Okay. Tim Hunt looks like he started in Stampede in 89. Okay. That's literally the end of him being notable at all. And then let's look at Silencer.
is JW Storm, who I think we've had before.
Okay, yeah. He started in Portland. So these are two green as grass motherfuckers. But you know what? And you know what's crazy is I'm watching this match and I'm like, for two green guys, and granted, they're in there with the Steiners, so they're just needing to get thrown around. They're not terrible. They're really not.
No,
terrible.
no. And that's where I think just a different gimmick, something more. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see how unique these guys seem, but it's not as standout as a Nasty Boys. There is a DDT. Scott does a DDT off the top rope.
Oh my God, that thing was disgusting.
That's a thing that happened in the match.
Uh-huh.
Steiners are fucking crazy, man.
They're really crazy. They are always the highlight of this watch, though. Anytime they're in a job match, I watch the match. I never skip through one of their shits. I'm like, no, let's go.
They're gonna figure out some new way to toss a guy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Stan and Z-Man match. We know Stan's pissed to be in number 6. I'm trying to figure out who Z-Man pissed off is. He just keeps getting fed to these monsters to get his ass beat. Like, but you know what, man? I am kind of starting to appreciate the Z-Man because he takes those ass beatings and former tag champ, like, he gets in there, he does a damn job, but he needs to do. Okay, so they're in this match with Stan versus Z-Man. We know Stan's pissed. They cut to Tony and Lex with an inset video.
Yes.
Tony says, Lex, Stan's upset about being number 6 and not getting a U.S. title shot. And Lex is like, Tony, I'm concentrating on my match coming up, but he can get the title match, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, this match ends. Then we go to Tony and Lex for the fucking interview.
Oh, my God.
Why did you need to cut in for a nothing thing? Because he's literally, I have to concentrate on my match. And then like a minute and a half later, he's doing an interview.
I said it's another very, very same like situation. They are really trying to rehab Luger. Like you can see they're like, we fucked up Luger with this shit. We gotta like rehab him. And I think they're doing the right thing with Stan because, dude, if anybody can make you love somebody else, it's Stan. Yeah. You know, if you don't know how this works, and in 90, very few did, you're fucking gonna love Luger against this crazed fucking psycho cowboy guy. Of course.
Absolutely, yeah. And Lex, I mean, here, okay, let me go crazy here. And WCW actually plans things in advance.
Yeah.
Remember when Lex beat Sid and Barry with clotheslines?
Yep.
So yeah, so they planned this, and then they had the battle of the clothesline and the lariat in the future. Absolutely, that was the plan.
I think the Sid thing was not part of the plan. I think that was just a way to like, you know, I don't want to lose to your finisher, brother. You know what I mean? I can totally even see Green Sid being like that. So that's the genesis. And then I think they got Stan to agree. And I think that's when the wheels started turning for Ole. He's like, oh, I did do that. I did that on purpose. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That wasn't lazy booking. I meant that.
Good on Ole for fucking recognizing, hey, you know what? Let's just do this. So, hey, I said I'm fucking pumped for Stan and Luger at fucking Halloween Havoc. That's going to rule.
Did we get any kind of a Sting interview during this or no?
No, that is later. The only Sting interview is literally right before the match.
Right before the match? Okay. So, we know Sting and Lex are kind of this mismatched odd couple thing.
Yeah.
But did you notice in this event, they are total opposites in regards to a very specific thing? Do you know what it was?
Fucking coverage on the show.
Match prep.
Oh, okay.
Lex is being interviewed by Tony, and Lex says, I approach every match the same. Every match is the same to me, no matter who I go against. And Sting's over there freaking out because he doesn't know who he's going against, and he hasn't had a chance to plan against the Black Scorpion because he doesn't know who it is. And it's just these two dichotomy of differences of how they approach matches. Lex is just, I go in and flex and pound chest. Yeah. And then maybe I do human torture rack. And Sting's like, no, I need to know what my opponent's going to do and plan ahead. But yeah, these two are just the exact opposite sides of a coin.
I like that though. You know what I mean? That's why when they tag here in a year or so, that worked. You know, them as a tag was very underrated.
I'm gonna give them credit and say they meant to do that.
There you go.
Yeah, opposites attract. Paul Abdul's opposites attract is kind of popular at this time.
It is.
So Ole Anderson was a huge MC Scat Cat fan, and so I think he probably incorporated that in.
Yeah. Was CNC Wrestle Factory going on at this time, or is that later?
It's right about this time. My ninth grade. Yeah. It was the only year I was at Central, and it's like the year of Milli Vanilli, Vanilla Ice, like all that shit just kind of hit at the same time.
Rico Suave, maybe?
Suave, I think, was more like 10th grade and after, I think. But ninth grade, very specifically, because I remember a kid from West Side got the Vanilla Ice haircut.
Ooh.
And the girl I had a crush on thought he was cute. And then, that fucked me up for a while.
I was going to say, that was kind of your Disintegration Cure album.
Yeah, I was like, damn you. But.
Okay. I love this shit. That's what I mean. I have like a phantom nostalgia for fucking very early 90s. Like I was a small little amoeba, but for whatever reason, man, that shit hits. You guys don't even get it. And let me tell you, the thing that hits so hard about 1990 is the Black Scorpion angle. Whew. So before that, though, of course, we did have Flair and Luger. And let me just say this real quick. It was a Flair Luger match. All right. I'll say the match you don't need to go out of your way for. I'll be honest. It's a 15-minute Flair Luger match. You've seen it before by this point, okay? But you do need to see the finish because this is one of the coolest DQ finishes I've ever seen in my life. So Luger's beating the shit out of Flair. He clotheslines him over the top. Flair's like, fuck, trying to get in the ring. Looks like he's going to get counted out. So you're like, oh man, Luger's going to win by count out. And legitimately out of nowhere from behind, Stan Hansen clobbers him with the fucking cowbell. He starts choking him to death with the bull rope. This is like, without blood, one of the most vicious beatdowns I've seen someone take, man. This was awesome. Fucking, he's throwing the youth fucking horns up. I hate Texas, but I love Stan Hansen. This was good ass shit, man.
Yeah, I no notes on the match itself.
No.
Because like you said, it's just go back like 4 episodes. It'll just pull it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're having these weird like video intros.
Yeah.
Where it's just like quick intercuts of different moves. It's just weird. And then, Stan interferes, which makes you go like, well, why the fuck did why did I wait 15 minutes for this, basically, right?
Yeah.
But it's Stan. And he's out there beating ass. And Stan Hansen is the kind of guy that if the Horsemen didn't have Sid, they would be afraid to approach Stan Hansen as a 4-person group.
For sure.
When you have Sid behind you, you're willing to approach Stan Hansen cautiously. But if you don't have Sid in your crew, like you don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere near Stan Hansen. You just avoid eye contact and keep walking by.
Yes. That is just the reality of your life at that point. Yeah, this was great, man. Like I said already, I'm just, that is the canary in the coal mine for me going forward. Is Stan and Lex, obviously just Sting in general. This is him becoming a big star, even with the shitty fucking angle around him. He's still cool and he's Sting. The Steiners killing people. Doom wasn't even anything on the show, so that's already happening. They're an afterthought, even though they're the world tag team champions. So much shit going on, but it's time. Black Scorpion is in the back. And what was the line? He says something about, if you can beat me, I'll expose who I am. Okay. Cool. It all started in 86 in California. Okay. And this is the weirdest part about that, okay? I never understood how they're like selling that this could be Warrior. But I'm thinking to myself, guys, how could it be Warrior when Warrior is on the other channel as their world champion? Kind of a stupid way to do things.
Okay, I don't know in the timeline of crazy shit that things happen, but there's kind of I know around this time somewhere was the fake warrior rumor. And so if you combine those two worlds of the fake warrior and this is like the real warrior.
Okay.
Let's face that. If you had Ultimate Warrior, you wouldn't be running him screened up for 3 weeks.
Exactly.
You'd be like, Ultimate Warrior is fucking here.
Yeah.
But we're calling him Maximum Warrior or whatever the hell they're going to do, slightly different.
Yeah. So that leads to what you said earlier, the fucking Sting promo where he's like, man, I'm just freaking out, man. I don't know. And that leads us to the match. And the match, I wrote, honestly, it started cool with like the teasing and like the nuts and bolts were fine. It's Al Perez under the mask, by the way. So it is what it is. I think this is actually his last.
Is it Al Perez under the mask here? Because after the match is the other Black Scorpion that comes out. Like, this is Al Perez wrestling here.
If Cage match is correct, yes, it is Al Perez.
See, I feel like they're just saying he's the Black Scorpion and not necessarily, unless the other person who walked out was whoever from the back just throwing on the mask.
Yeah, that's one of those lost to time unless we ask fucking Sting, who probably doesn't remember. Anyway, this match would have been great if it wasn't 8 minutes and it was anything. The problem is, like, you can tell whoever it is in the ring, they can't do their shit because it's going to give away who it is. So he's got to be so basic. And that's the thing people miss when they try this shit. Anyway, it's fine. Sting hits the Stinger Splash. He wins. But there's another one on the ramp. Whoa. So that was that.
That was absolutely a Super Mario Brothers. Our princess is in another castle.
Oh, actually, hold on. The other dumb thing that happened before that. He unmasked him. He had another mask on. What?
Whoa.
And then
mind blown.
Yeah. And then the best thing happens. JR is like, let me interview this trauma victim. So he goes in there and he's talking to Sting. And Sting's freaked out. And then Sid comes out. And he's just like, you don't need the same thing as earlier, basically. You ain't got to worry about Scorpion. You need to worry about me, boy. And he beats the shit out of him on the ramp. Just beats him with the belt. And this might be the beginning of him saying, I'm the ruler of the world. And we cut. This is a cool way to end a show, man.
Oh, but please make sure to call the wrestling hotline at 1-900-909-9900 to find out what happened after the camera shut off.
Yeah.
This is one everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been waiting more for Sid's thing, but you do you.
Yeah.
I wrote down the rankings were brought back for this title match. Like I said, just a weird confluence of doing it at the same time. And I find it fun that the Black Scorpion's initials are BS.
Yeah.
And maybe we were all the Black Scorpion as it went along. So
we all were. And it was all about the friends that we gained along the way. Let's be honest. Scorpion brought us.
It was the little singers we met along the way.
Yeah. So that's what we got for y'all as usual.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let us take a quick look though.
Yeah, please.
Okay. First match, both people we know.
Yeah.
Second match, both people we know. Third match.
Who?
Lightning Express exists in our world now, and Master Blaster's all new.
Yeah.
Nasty Boys just debuted about a week ago, going against Jackie Fulton and Terry Taylor, all new to us. Tommy Rich defeats Bill Irwin. Bill Irwin hasn't been around for 6 to 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of the ladies do we know. We don't know Maximum Overdrive. It's like so many people just throw in the show and go, yeah, we'll see what the fuck hits. Anybody like any of the new people we added? Okay, we'll just go with that, I guess.
It is a whole lot.
It's like 40% of the card is just the announcers are like, I don't know who the fuck this is.
Guarantee you half of these new people won't be there in 2 months. For sure.
And that's the hardest thing is because like I'm not gonna spend time learning your name.
Right. If
you're not gonna be here by the time Halloween Havoc comes around.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you want us to do here? Maximum Overdrive, I don't know if they're long in the tooth here. They're gonna be donezo, I think. Maybe already. But yeah, I don't know if you've got any more. But fuck.
Not for this show, no.
Very light on good. This little fucking torture scenario that we went through here. We did it all for you though. All the 3 people that listen.
Oh my god! I'm looking at the Halloween Havoc 1990 Terror Rules the Ring card,
Oh, dude, it's actually a good
and
one.
the Fabulous Freebirds are with Little Richard Marley.
Yeah, that is.
You know who that is?
Rocky King.
Rocky King. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's nice that it comes back. The Renegade Warriors. You definitely see how they're winning into the Warrior thing
Yeah,
there.
we love Renegade.
Master Blaster still exists in the world. That's cool.
Yep, they're not the same.
Oh,
Al
man.
Green comes.
Blade
in.
and Steel. Iron's God. They brought in Blade.
Yep.
Wow. I'm sure it makes a huge difference.
It was huge. Yeah, massive deal. Yeah. Now
That one looks encouraging, at least.
we got Doom against Flair and Arn for the tag belts. That's crazy.
Junkyard Dog versus Moondog Rex. Battle of the Doghouse.
Oh my god, hanging from the rafters just for that. And then of course Stan and Lex killing each other. And the big one, of course, and I mentioned Nasty Steiners for the tag belts. The other notable thing is fucking Sting and Sid finally one-on-one for the World Championship. The finish is not good or great at all. It could have been, but we'll wait for that one for next week. Because that is an all-timer for me. That show always ruled because the ropes are orange, and I'm a huge mark for different aesthetics. I'll be honest, this is my soapbox. My wife gets so annoyed she doesn't even listen to me anymore about it. I hate that everywhere today has white ropes. I think it's corny and awful. It looks bad. I know why they do it. Production-wise, it looks good. I understand that. I don't give a fuck. Give me weird colored ropes. I love it. Make it look crazy out there. So
Give my pumpkin spice ropes, damn it.
Yeah, come on, baby. Let's go. Man, now I want to go back to Starbucks. All right, then that's fucking all that I got.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's a used song.
Put this in the rear view.
Yeah, so socials, Jim has it all figured out, man. He's the JIMDB everywhere. I'm jealous of you. And then on Threads, it is Troubles Wrestling Pod. On Blue Sky, I don't really fuck with Blue Sky much anymore, but I am there, and I'm Troubles Wrestling there now. And, for those of you that suffer unto yourself every day, I am on X. It's Troubles, WRES, Troubles Res. For those of you, by the way, I am in the market for any Ann Gunkel 1973 footage. I doubt anyone has it. If you do, I'll take it. And
Little trade feet pics.
Yeah, and then also, like if fucking 79 Georgia would be cool too. And anyway, with that, we are done. And until next time, prepare for Vampire Tony Schiavone.